All right, number 1 is Kara Hoffmeyer. One of the hardest things I had to do was tell my children when they were 5, 8, and 10 that we were moving states and changing schools because of my husband's job. We had lived in the same house their whole life, and they had all of their friends there. It was so hard bringing them to their new school on their first day. As I could see, they were all so nervous and had tears in their eyes. I will never forget the guilt I had in that moment. That has got to be so hard as a kid. I fortunately had never had to go through moving schools. The most was like changing boundaries and having to go to a different town. So I cannot even imagine being that young and having your group of friends and pulled out of that school. But hopefully where they're at, they found new friends and they are thriving just the same. But I'm sure it was a very difficult time. Number 2, Niecy Martinez. Going home without my baby girl. She spent 2 weeks in the NICU, and it was really hard walking out of the hospital, seeing all the other parents go home with their baby, and we had to wait. I cried so much happy tears of joy when it was finally our turn to take our baby girl home with us. I cannot even imagine what that has to feel like. That's got to be so hard, and I bet that homecoming for her was just that much sweeter, knowing that she had that time in the NICU. Number 3, Angela Green. My daughter is almost 3 in May, and she is only saying single words and not saying the whole word, just the middle and the end. She has been in speech therapy for 7 months, I think. She has improved, and I can't wait for her to talk. I know it will come in time. Each child is special. Yes, I mean, that has got to be so tough, and there's such like a comparison, You see it all the time. It's like, oh, when did your baby start walking? When did your baby start doing crawling? When did she start speaking? And it's got to be so, stressful to, look at other people and think like, is my daughter okay? But she's making progress, and each has their own journey of what is going to work for them. Number 4, Ashley Raquel. Being honest and open with my daughter about my daughter's biological dad and that he has not seen her in almost 9 years, and explaining how some men are made to be daddies and some aren't, and that God brought my now husband into our lives so my daughter could have a real father. She doesn't know him or even knows what he looks like, to be honest. One time she asked why he didn't want to be here, and I told her that he wasn't ready. And that's okay, and it's not her fault. He picked drugs and breaking the law over and over, being a father. She's almost 11, and I've been able to share more and more with her as she's gotten older. And she has made some amazing comments to me about forgiving him because he isn't ready, and that it's okay because now she has a daddy that loves and adores her. But definitely always staying truthful and real and open is a huge thing for me to have with her. That is so hard, but so amazing how you are raising her, and the fact that she's saying she forgives him and that it's okay is just showing that she's so like empathetic and understanding, and you did that, and that is so amazing. I think you worded it like so perfectly to her, and that's got to be such a hard thing to express to a child. And it's clear that she is surrounded by so much love. So that's really amazing of you. All right, number 5, Michaela Delaney. We got a new puppy, and I left the baby on the floor for 2 seconds, and he got scratched. I felt like the worst mom. He was 7 months old. Oh, things happen, and it does not make you a bad mom. It's not your fault. And it was a little puppy and your baby. And I'm sure the scratch healed, and I'm sure that was so hard though, nevertheless. And you knew it was just a little tiny scratch, but I'm sure it was hard either way. All right, number 6, Tina Klein. When I had my second child, not being able to be there as much as I was for my first child because baby needed more attention than my toddler. That's so hard. And I think a lot of parents go through that because when you just have one, you're able to focus all your attention on that one baby. And so it's hard, but toddlers, they will understand, and they will understand too that there's a new baby, that they need to care for the baby as well. And I think they're going to learn from seeing how you treat that baby. And it's definitely hard, but I think it'll be okay. All right. Number 7. Kai, dealing with my in-laws. My mother-in-law saw my son as a competition. My sister-in-law posted pictures of my son when I specifically told her not to. I don't want his pictures on the internet. Oh my gosh, that is so tough. I actually see a lot of questions about this on our Q&As, dealing with in-laws not respecting their boundaries or wishes. And that is really tough because it's like your new family. It's your partner's family, your husband's family. And you want to respect them just as much as they should be respecting you. And it's really hard when they don't respect you. And that's really hard. You know, I know you're not asking for advice, but if someone out there is asking for advice, what to do in this situation, people that truly do not respect you, you have to set stricter boundaries. You're going to have to limit your time with that person until they understand the importance of what you're saying. Especially posting pictures of your children online without your consent, without your permission is huge. They should not be doing that. It gets me like heated up. So I really hope things get better. But until then, stay strong, be an enforcer of your boundaries. You have to stand for what's right in your life. All right, number 8, Amanda Van Horn. At 35 weeks pregnant, my husband had COVID. My youngest had hand, foot, and mouth disease, and my oldest had to stay home because of exposure. I had to sleep on a blow-up bed with my youngest, which killed my back, but we made it. I love the end, but we made it. You know, those moments are so hard. Going through all that, you really had it handed to you. You had everything going against you in that moment. But love seeing the positivity at the end that you made it, you did it. Now you can share it. That's really tough, but you are tougher and you got through it, and props to you, mama. All right, guys, that's all I have for this week. Again, thank you to everyone for sharing. I know it was tough sometimes reliving some of those moments or resharing. We had tons of amazing, tough moments that people shared, that people had to go through. Tough moments are going to happen in life, but how you respond to those moments and how you get through those moments is more of a reflection of you and how tough you are. So props to you guys. Thanks for sharing, and I'll see you guys next week.